Hello everybody, my name is Getty2122 and welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Last time we went through a few days of confidants, working on various interactions with our friends, getting a lot of new and helpful abilities, and getting into a lot of depth with the situation with a lot of people, especially Haru and especially Sakura, who finally now considers us family, and I feel like $1,000,000 right now. This time, I'm gonna see what we have on the plate today, because there actually are a couple of options to how we can approach this specific day. Depending on the amount of activities we have available, I will either continue with the confidants like immediately, or I might do a quick trip to Mementos just to take out a couple of targets and then work on more confidants, because honestly, there's not a whole lot to do, and I would like to take care of Shinya Oda before the change of heart takes place. Not that I can't work on other stuff, so let's see if there's anything that we can actually work on right now. Okay, based on what I've seen, it looks like our plan today is we're going to continue to work on the confidants, but we definitely will be going to Mementos another time, because again, there are still a couple of targets we need to take care of. But for now, let's focus on today's objective, which is Haru once again.
Hey!
Nobody should have mental shutdowns anymore, yes? That aside, what brings you up to this rooftop, Ren-kun? Well, first of all, it's time to get the vegetables. That makes me happy. Those ones have done enough growing, so we can harvest them now. One thing I do appreciate is that it actually does change depending on what you chose to plant, because it clearly is different from the tomatoes. There we go. They've grown so well. They're also healthy. Treat them with care and respect, okay? Alright, we got 3 star onions. Super helpful. Alright, we got an award, Catcher in the Roof Garden. Alright, cute. Now let's actually spend some more time with her once I plant some more vegetables. Last time we did star onions, so I think this time I'm gonna plant some earth beans. We have to be careful not to damage the roots. I hope this grows up healthy. The earth beans is doing well. It should be ready to harvest on 12/8. Okay, so we can actually get to those beans before the episode's over. Perfect.
Hey!
Anyway, let's spend some time with Haru, for real.
Thank you!
I managed to secure an appointment to meet up with Takakura-san. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like you to join us. Do you have time today? I feel like I've become closer with Haru thanks to the Empress persona Kali. I feel that my bond with Haru will go stronger soon. Nobody thinks you're alive at this point, so it should be okay as long as you're careful. So what will it be? Are you going to spend time with Haru? Let's do it.
Thank you!
I'm sure I'll be able to express myself if you're there with me. Well, I'll contact Takakura-san now. So, you'd like me to try this?
Yes!
Please, if only a taste. This wasn't made with particularly expensive beans, nor was it brewed in any sort of coffee export. This flavor. Interesting. Anyway, what is it you wanted to discuss with me? Does it concern the company? My apologies for bothering you at such a busy time. It's not a problem. The truth is, after my father's passing, I couldn't bring myself to trust anyone at Akumura Foods. I see. That includes you, Takakura-san. That's quite cruel.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. Now then, what I wanted to discuss is... I'm here for you, Haru. Right, I'll be okay. Takakura-san, what do you think of that coffee? I grew the beans in my own garden, and even handle the preparation. What? I honestly don't believe it's a particularly good cup of coffee. But I put my heart into making it. That's why I asked you here today, Takakura-san. I'm not suggesting we need to put this level of effort into the Okumura Foods coffee chain. And I'm not suggesting we should put a halt to the plan either.
But
However, I won't let my company serve low-quality food to our customers. You know, this is very similar to the coffee your grandfather used to make.
excuse me?
What? I used to be a regular at his cafe. That's actually how I ended up joining the company to begin with. To be honest, I was strongly opposed to closing the cafe, but I didn't have the power to make that decision at the time. I was planning on naming the new chain after a shop to make up for that though. I'm going to create a business that is loved by customers and employees alike, just as his cafe was. A place where people can come to drink in the subtle joys of life. Is that so? Hao-chan, I believe you have every right to distrust us. After all, things would have turned out differently if only someone had chosen to stand up to your father. Be that as it may, I can truly sense the passion you put into this coffee. It seems you really are like your grandfather.
No.
I'm sorry for being so rude. I must apologize as well for encouraging you to abandon your shares. I thought they would be a burden to you, but I was clearly wrong. Hao-chan, if you'd like, why don't you take part in the next company meeting? Me? The truth is, the rumors of my being pleased at your father's death were troubling, to say the least. I understand not everyone agrees with the vision I have for this company, but I've spent great effort struggling against our board of directors to push Okumura Foods back on the right path. What I need is to communicate that thought as clearly as possible, just as you did with this coffee. Do you think you could assist me in accomplishing that? I want to rebuild this company from the ground up. Give it all you've got, Haru.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would be glad to join you. Excellent. Your grandfather would be proud, as would your father. By the way, the coffee was superb. Thank you very much. And it seems I made yet another misunderstanding. I was under the impression that you were quite thrilled about the arrangement with Sugimura-kun. That is why I was so insistent on hurrying the marriage. I wanted you to have all the support you needed. But it appears as though you prefer the young man next to you instead. Be honest, Haru-chan. What are your thoughts on Sugimura-kun? I think he's an intelligent man, but I have no interest in him. I have no interest in being his wife either. I would prefer to walk my own path. One in which the only person in control of my actions is me, not my father, and not Sugimura-san. I understand. You've grown so quickly, Haru-chan. I didn't realize you became such a strong, kind, mature woman. My apologies for not coming to see that sooner. But what about the contract Sugimura-san made with my father? He said the reparations will be immense if I refuse the marriage. I haven't heard a thing about this contract. Have you seen the document?
Excuse
Huh?
me?
Well, now that you mention it, no, I haven't. And neither your father nor our lawyers mentioned it to me. It seems he was lying, and may have had the help of particular people within the company. You see, those who don't agree with my vision brought him into meetings with the hope that he would eventually take over. However, we don't need a politician in our midst, particularly considering the humble roots of our corporation. As for the marriage cancellation, I'll handle it. It may take some time, but it will be done. I promise.
You have my thanks.
Thank you. Takakura-san enjoyed the rest of his coffee before heading home. Today was a huge success. I was able to tell Takakura-san how I feel, and he actually understood. Not only about the company, but about Sugimura-san as well. I was so afraid, but now that it's over, I think it was honestly pretty simple. I only made it to this point because you were with me, though.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ren-kun. You're very welcome. Anyway, I only started trusting people again because you were by my side helping me. So, I want to return the favor. Please confide in me if you ever need help. I'll be there for you. I feel a strong bond of trust from Haru. Alright, we've gotten the Empress Arcana up to rank 9, so now Haru knows Protect as well. As a reminder, this gives her the chance to now shield Joker from an otherwise fatal attack.
Alright.
And as always, you will now earn more EXP from Arcana Burst infusing personas of the Empress Arcana. Harukinai's Protect! Oh, that reminds me. Takakura-san said something a little strange, didn't he? That I like you. Goodness, why would he say that? I should choose my words carefully. I'm already in a relationship with another girl. Why do you think? I like you too, Haru.
Huh?
Oh, do you really mean that? I see. So, it wasn't just me. You know, at first, I thought I was asking you for help because of the Phantom Thieves. But I think really, it was so I could spend time with you. Oh, I guess I'm already getting better at saying what I think. For some reason, just looking at you gives me butterflies. I'm now in a relationship with Haru. There's no turning back. Maybe we should go somewhere a little more private? Some of the maids are still around here. Oh, but we definitely can't go to my room. Who knows what they would say about that? Ren-kun. I'm so full of emotion. I doubt I could even drink coffee right now. Don't say such blasphemous things! Haru and I spent some time alone together. Oh, am I already connected? Well, how are you? I wanted to hear your voice. Oh, you're so unfair. I was thinking the same thing, though. I wish you were here with me. I'm the one who called, and yet I suddenly feel so nervous. I just couldn't control myself, and I blurted out everything that was on my mind. I hope we can see each other again soon. It'd be nice to not have to rush. Okay, bye.
You're back.
The election battle has reached the halfway point. The polls for each election ward have remained the same, though. Does this mean Shido's victory is guaranteed? That would be the case. I wonder if voting will shift if Shido has a change of heart. Nobody will vote for him once they find out he's a criminal. Assuming they find out before the vote. That's the important part. We would prefer him to announce his crimes before the election. But if the change of heart doesn't make it, the election will go just as expected. We have to believe. Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen beforehand. All we can do is change his heart. We should be able to put a stop to this if we succeed. Okay, so once again, we have a few options that we can work on. I don't know why we have the option to spend time with Sojiro, because we've already maxed out as confidant, but hey, there's still other things we can do, so let's find something to do tonight, shall we? Looks like the Fortune Arcana wants to hang out, so I will see you guys in Shinjuku. Alright, Chiaya, what do you got for us tonight? You're alive, and yet at the same time, you're dead. You have an interesting fate indeed. Well then, what would you like to do today? Let's do another verification test, even though we've only done that twice. So, I've made some more progress with the ADP case. Sit down so I can tell you all about it. I feel like I've become closer with Chiaya thanks to the fortune persona Asterius Picaro. I feel that my bond with Chiaya will go stronger soon. Nobody thinks you're alive at this point, so it should be okay as long as you're careful. What are you gonna do? You gonna hang out with Chiaya? Yeah.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
The thing is...
So, I got all the members of the ADP together and gave them a big group apology. They didn't really believe what I was saying at first, but the truth of the matter settled in eventually.
It's just...
However, it seems like the members from the executive class are still brainwashed. I'm in talks with a lawyer right now, though. We're going to get refunds and outpatient care for all of them. I'm going to give back all the money I made from selling holy stones, too. It's the least I can do to atone for the ignorance I showed back then. That's why I want you to accept this, Amami-san. Think of it as not only an apology, but as a sign of gratitude for helping me see the truth. Yeah, we got our 100,000 yen back! Just add that to our 3 million, thank you. Maiden, I'm so happy to see you.
What?
Yokota-san, what are you all doing here? That apology you gave us was all made up, wasn't it? Somebody had to have forced you to say that stuff. I mean, the chairman was obviously framed. Tell us the truth, please.
No.
None of it was made up. As for the chairman, I need you to listen to me. Everything he told you in those seminars was a lie. The promises of a great future, the power of the Holy Stones, the need for donations, all lies. Doesn't it seem strange that he kept asking members for money even through times of financial stress? And beyond that, you guys should have known better than anyone where those donations were ending up. Even I knew how horrible the ADP scheme was. That's why I had to come forward. No, that can't be true. Are you the one who did this to our beautiful maiden? Listen to what Chiaya is saying. Shut your mouth. Hey, come on. Please stop this. He has nothing to do with your situation. I'm the one who sold you those rocks. If you're going to get upset with anyone, it should be with me. But, maiden, this can't be happening. No, we must continue to place our trust in her. Please, maiden, cleanse us of our misery. If you leave us now, we will be fated to drown in sorrow. Look, the only way you can change that is with your own convictions. Neither I nor one of those worthless stones will be able to help you. But then, how are we supposed to avoid our fated misery? No, a curse is upon us. Maiden, please. Oh, will you shut your traps? Y'all need to simmer down and listen to what I have to say for once. Whether you're gonna be miserable or not is on your own shoulders. You don't need some divine power mumbo-jumbo to be charging your fate. Y'all got the strength in yourselves. Fortune-telling can't hold a candle to honest goodness willpower. And heck, even if things are bad now, it'll all be fine so long as you keep your heads up. Oh, I'm sorry about that. All the stress caused me to lapse into my country dialect. But I stand by what I said. Nothing will ever change if all you do is rely on others. Take me for example. I thought I was destined to live as a monster, but I had the strength to reverse that fate. If you want to control your future, that's all you need. Strength. The only way forward is through the fortitude of your own heart. My heart? It might not be the easiest thing to accomplish at first. After all, your willpower has been constantly suppressed by all those seminars and donations. I'm partially to blame for that.
I'm here with you.
But that's why I need to show you the light now and help you push on. Maiden. No, I'm not your maiden anymore. I'm just Chiaya Mifune, the fortune teller who guides fate. I wonder if Yokota-san and the others will be okay. I know how they feel though. They want to cling onto the holy stones, just as I clung to my role as the maiden. All of us ever wanted was to be happy, to avoid our fates. Well, fate can be changed. Right, I did it, so I'm sure Yokota-san and the others will be able to as well. No matter how many times I have to try, I will talk to them until they understand. And when they realize the difficult truth, I will be there to help them recover. Back in my village, people called me a monster. Here, they revered me as the maiden. Even now, my heart continues to wander, yet you somehow saw the real me. Not the maiden, not a monster, just Chiaya. Amamiya-san, thank you. I can sense a deep bond of trust from Chiaya. Alright, you've gotten the Fortune Arcana up to rank 9. No new abilities just yet, though.
Alright.
But as always, we will now earn more EXP from Arcana Burst and fusing personas to the Wheel of Fortune Arcana. By the way, Amami-san, has anyone told you you're a bit nosy? I mean, normally someone wouldn't think to involve themselves in such a strenuous ordeal. There's actually something I've been wondering for a while now. Is fortune telling the only reason you come to see me? It's not, is it? I should choose my words carefully. I'm already in a relationship with another girl. Amamiya-san, why do you come here? Yeah, I know that I am just a garbage human being for doing this, because I literally just started a relationship with Haru. But the reason I come here is so that I can be with you.
What?
Huh? You're joking, ain't ya?
No.
I mean, of course I like you too. Hearing you say that was just so gosh dang sudden, though. Sorry, I slipped back into my country dialect. But, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better. The tarot cards might be shocked about this, though. My love fortune has been at 0 for ages now. But I guess we're pretty good at changing fate, huh? I'm now in a relationship with Chiaya. There's no turning back now. Oh, it's getting late.
Just a little longer?
Do you think we could maybe talk a little longer?
Good night.
Well, good night, Amamiya-san. I'm sorry for calling you again, even though we only just parted ways. The thing is, well, I really wanted to hear your voice, and, I mean, just kidding. I got you. I hate that the optimal answer for this is essentially the same optimal answer for Haru. I really feel like just a garbage human being right now. But in any case, I wanted to hear your voice too. Well, same here. But you probably figured that already. I mean, what with the declaring love and everything. Oh my gosh, again with the accent! Phew, if I listen to you any longer, I think my heart's going to burst. But I should probably get used to that, right? I mean, I'm supposed to be the older one here. And I'd like to stay with you longer, the next time we hang out, so... that's all I wanted to say. Okay, good night.
Well then.
Only thing left to do is wait for the outcome.
Hey!
We're not going to be dealing with mementos yet. We still have a few more days of confidence before I even think about going back to mementos. So, we have 3 incoming messages, so what do we have today? Alright, it looks as though Futaba wants to hang out. I think we can make that work, so I'll see you guys outside with Futaba in just a minute. Alright, Futaba, what do you got?
Yo!
Everything's finished, right? All we gotta do now is wait like always. Hey, are you free today? I feel like I've become closer with Futaba thanks to the hermit persona Komokuten. I feel that my bond with Futaba will go stronger soon. Nobody thinks you're alive at this point, so it's okay as long as you're careful. What's the plan? You gonna hang out with Futaba? Let's do it. Only one thing left on the promise list. Being okay without you around. But before that, there's something I want to show you, Ren. Come to my room. This is one of the promise lists I made with my mom. See, everything on here is marked off as being done. But that's kinda wrong. There was one promise I lied about doing. One promise I never actually finished. It was get along with Kana-chan. This all started back when I was in elementary school. I used to get bullied pretty hard for how weird I was. The other kids always accused me of cheating because I'd get perfect scores on my tests. Then one time I turned in a test with nothing written down instead, but the school ended up yelling at my mom. My life at school was horrible. Sometimes during recess I'd lock myself in the bathroom and cry. I didn't have a single friend. I was always alone. But then a girl named Kana transferred to my school. She was absent a lot at first. Then when she was there, the other kids bullied her, like they did to me. But one day, she said something to me. Good morning. She started saying it every day from then on. That must have been a shock. Totally. I mean, literally nobody wanted to talk to me back then. To be honest, I completely ignored her the first few times. I thought the bullies had put her up to it. But without fail, she'd come over to me to say good morning. Then eventually, I decided to say it back. It felt like my heart was going to shatter into a million pieces. But apparently, she'd been saying it to me that whole time because she thought we could be friends. She was the first person who didn't mind how weird I was. I was so happy about making a friend that I told my mom. That's when she added something to my promise list. Get along with Kana-chan. But I couldn't do it. One particularly windy morning, Kana-chan dropped her diary and the pages flew everywhere. I didn't really mean to look, but I ended up seeing everything she had written down. And once I see something, I can't forget it. It was all so horrible. She wrote about how her parents hit her, how they made her take pictures in weird clothes. What the What? Oh, that's not okay. Kana-chan's diary was full of stories like that. That's when I asked her about it. She got really defensive. I felt terrible, but she kept yelling at me for reading it. You didn't know any better. Yeah, but I couldn't really tell her that. I just froze up. And then I ran. I ran and ran. I wanted her to stop yelling. I wanted to go back to how things were before. Kana-chan ended up moving away pretty soon after that. I haven't talked to her since. So I lied to my mom. Even after Kana-chan left, I would tell her we were best friends. Every month she'd write that promise on my list, and every month I'd lie about it. I wish I could apologize to Kana-chan somehow. I really want to say I'm sorry. Sorry for not helping her, though she was going through even worse stuff than I was. Sorry for reading her diary. Sorry for running away. I hate being such a coward. but I think I might be able to face my fears now that I'm a promise-settling phantom thief. Get along with Kana-chan. I'm gonna do it for real this time. I didn't mean to tell you all that. Not even Sojiro knows. This is so embarrassing. You have to help me now. Got it? Someone's pushing it today. This is another part of our deal. It feels like Futaba is starting to depend on me. Alright, we've gotten the Hermit Arcana up to rank 6, so now we've unlocked active support. So now moral support may now charge or recover SP. We'll hopefully be seeing that in battle sometime soon.
Alright.
And as always, we will now earn even more XP from Arcana bursts and fusing personas of the Hermit Arcana. Futaba can ice active support.
Alright.
Well, I'm gonna get on that right now. Time to go look up Kana-chan's deets. Oh, and sorry, I wasn't too hospitable today. That'll have to wait for next time.
Okay.
Now, make like a cheetah and dash out of my room. Fine. I didn't want to be here anyway. Hello? It's me. Something's not right, Ren. When I try looking up Kana-chan's contact info, my fingers suddenly start trembling. I know I promised myself that I'd do this, but when I remember how angry Kana-chan got, I get so scared. Are you running away again? What am I doing? Freaking out at the most important moment? If I can't do this, then what was my training for? I don't want to run away anymore. I won't give up on Kana-chan. Thanks, Ren. Talking to you about this helped me calm down. I'm going to do a little more research on Kana-chan. Oh, and please don't tell anyone else about what we discussed today. Not even Sojiro, okay? Bye!
Ah, you're back.
Okay, we are back here once again. And you know what that means? It's time to do another evening activity. What do we got tonight? Oh, looks like a Fumi wants to hang out. Well, as always, I will see you all at the church in just a moment. Alright. Once again, we find ourselves in the presence of Hifumi at the church. What wonderful things will happen today?
Good evening.
Imagine knows no standard moves. There are no set principles for victory. You must always seek to make the best move possible. Please continue to do what you believe is right. May I ask you to join me today? Maybe we can talk as we play. I feel that my bond with Hifumi will grow stronger soon. Nobody thinks you're alive at this point, so it should be okay as long as you're careful. So what are you thinking? Do you want to hang out with Hifumi? Yes, even though I don't have a Star Arcana, this is the last confidant interaction, so it doesn't really matter. So, let's go ahead and do it. I have a favor to ask of you. I want to do a lesson in your room. Is that alright?
I quit the Ladies Professional Shogi Players Association. I need to start over as an amateur.
You'll triumph in the end.
That's my intention. There were a lot of people who covered for me by saying that I was just being used by adults. But I'm the one who was most at fault. I was overconfident. If only I had taken a look at myself and properly assessed my shogi skills. I believed that with my skills, I could overcome being treated like an idol. There's nothing I can say about my mother. You didn't abandon me, even after you learned about the fixed matches. Now I know how encouraging it feels to have someone believe in you. At first, this was just a deal. You help me develop new moves, and I give you shogi lessons. But before I knew it, you became someone I couldn't do without. I'm not gonna pay attention to all the criticism anymore. This time, I'll earn everyone's praise with my own skills.
That's reassuring.
The reason I'm able to think this way is because you stuck by my side. I'm really grateful.
I feel a strong bond with Ifumi.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the star, granting thee infinite power.
Alright, we have finally maxed out another Arcana, the Star Arcana. And with that, we have the Togo system. So now during anyone's turn, we can swap out party members with other party members. It's not something that strictly has to happen during Joker's turn. This is a quality of life thing that you really cannot do without, so be sure you get this far with the Arcana.
Alright.
And of course, as always, we will now earn even more experience from Arcana bursts from fusing personas of the Star Arcana. Ifumi taught you how to use the Togo system. Additionally, since we have now maxed out the Star Arcana, we can now fuse Lucifer, the most powerful persona of the Star Arcana, which is one of the absolute most powerful personas in the game, and definitely one of the best Almighty users to boot.
Well then, on to our final lesson. I truly hope that that the Phantom Thieves find my lessons useful.
We do.
I'm honored to hear that from one of the Phantom Thieves. I spoke to you about my mother, and then my mother changed. I knew that couldn't be a coincidence. If there's anything I can do to help, please know that you can rely on me.
Thank you.
I will support you in whatever you want to accomplish. Hey.
What's wrong?
Being a hero must keep you busy trying to help everyone, huh? Well, I no longer have a ban on dating. So, for the time being, please let me have you all to myself.
We played a long match, just the two of us. Yep, that's all we did. Just a really long match of shogi. I can't wait for Shido's new administration. I'm sure our economy and market will improve. I went to listen in on Shido-san's speech. I was so moved, his words really resonated in me. I hope he keeps fighting and doesn't let that slander get to him. You mean that broadcast hijacking hoax? They only attack Shido-san because of how charismatic he is. Slander and a hoax, eh? They'll hear the truth soon, from Shido-san himself. And then they'll learn the truth behind his charisma, and how he only is interested in his own self-preservation. People are just tools to him. Father, I'm fighting against this injustice, just like you did. So, watch over me, okay?
Well then.
Only thing left to do is wait for the outcome. Alright, well, we've done a lot of scummy things so far, but we're not done with the scumminess. So, what scummy thing will we have to do today? Alright, so, looks like Futaba is the person we're going to be hanging out with today. So finally, something that is not particularly scummy. Not that yesterday's afternoon activity was all that scummy.
Yo!
Everything's finished, right? All we gotta do now is wait like always. Oh yeah, I dug up all sorts of dirt, about Kana-chan that is. Are you free? I want to talk to you about it. I feel like I've become close with Futaba thanks to the hermit persona Komokuten. I feel my bond with Futaba will go stronger soon. Nobody thinks you're alive at this point, so it should be okay as long as you're careful. What's the plan? Are you going to hang out with Futaba? Yes.
Thanks.
Come over to my room then. I'll tell you there. So I looked up Kana-chan online, and she's apparently still living in the same town in Kansai she moved to. But she never continued on to high school. I decided to do some digging into why that might be, and, well, the more I dug, the worse it got. Her parents are in heavy debt due to a gambling addiction. So instead of sending her to school, they make her work to help try and pay it off. Apparently, they're still having her model in strange clothes. They're even selling the pictures now. Okay, these people need to get shot in the head. What is this garbage? Yeah, honestly, what horrible parents. Horrible is right. I thought parents were supposed to care for their children, not use them. Actually though, Kana-chan herself made a request on the fan site. Based on the IP and the other tracking data, I'm 99.9% sure it's her. The post was basically just her asking us to make her parents have a change of heart. But she didn't put their names. She might be a little hesitant, or she doesn't totally believe in the Phantom Thieves yet. Either way, I have a solution. I found her parents' names in the address book we got back way in elementary school. Koga Magario and Asami Magario. I got a hit for them in the Metanap too. We can fix them. I've decided, Ren. I want to go to Mementos and change their hearts. We can't let them keep treating Kana-chan so horribly, right? Please, help me save her. We'll show them the truth.
Thanks.
Ren, thanks. Oh, and since you're gonna help me with this, I'll have to return the favor.
Oh, that's right.
I'll look extra hard for valuable stuff when we're in the metaverse. Well, pretty good, huh? I can feel a strong bond of trust from Futaba. Alright, we've gotten the Hermit Arcana up to rank 7, so now we have Treasure Reboot. As a reminder, this gives Futaba the chance to revive search objects in the area after battle. Hopefully we'll be seeing this relatively soon.
Alright.
As always, we'll now earn even more experience from Arcana Burst infusing personas of the Hermit Arcana. Futaba can now use Treasure Reboot. Well, I'll be counting on you. Let's save Kana-chan. I need to help Futaba put an end to this horrible parenting. Oh shoot, it's getting late. Let us adjourn for today. Alright, another request.
Bye now.
Good night.
Ah, you're back.
Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff from Mementos. We're probably going to need to go back there soon. But we have one more activity we're going to do tonight before we even consider doing any of that. So, what do we got? Okay, I think it's time that we finish off the Fortune Arcana too. Cause why not? Let's just make this episode as absolutely scummy as possible. I am truly just human garbage at this point, so why not? I read our fortune. Turns out we're really lucky together. And we'll have to have an even better luck if we go to a certain location. What do you think? Let's get more luck. I feel like I've become close with Chia thanks to the fortune persona Asterius Piccolo. Piccolo? I feel like my bond with Chia will go stronger soon. Nobody thinks you're alive at this point, so it should be okay as long as you're careful. So what will you do? Will you go hang out with Chiaya? Yeah, let's go. That's what I thought. So the location is the Ferris wheel in Odaiba. It's what the card said. Okay, I'll be waiting for you.
Wow, this is amazing! I've only seen this debut on TV. As a country bumpkin, I've always admired it.
You've never been here?
No, I somehow felt like I wasn't allowed to. Because I was a monster. But it's all good now. I will no longer be swayed by names like monster or maiden. I am simply a fortune teller who provides advice to people with broken spirits, so that they will have conviction and face their future without getting pushed around by fate. That's the fate I've chosen for myself.
I support you.
Thank you. Now, it's your turn to speak. What would your conviction be as a phantom thief? Sorry, I used fortune-telling to find out your true identity. I couldn't help but think that you had something to do with the chairman's confession. Then I discovered that you're the trickster who causes a sensation in the world. It was the same card as the figure who helped me take down the chairman. It finally struck home for me.
So what if I am the trickster?
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I don't care what my boyfriend's true identity is. As long as you're around, I can always be my true self. So, it's fine. Only, the fate of the Phantom Thieves is rather unclear. The Arcana is set in a tricky position. You can almost say it's facing both heaven and hell. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like it.
Are you worried about me?
Of course. We're dating, you know. But I'm sure it'll be okay. I'll be by your side. As the fortune teller who changes fates, I will guide you so you can avoid misfortune.
Thank you. I feel a strong bond with Chiaya.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of fortune, granting thee infinite power.
All right, we have maxed out the Fortune Arcana. And with that, we have now unlocked Special Bond Reading. This allows us to clearly understand what other people are thinking. Basically, it just is the in-game version of what I do, except instead of numbers, it just shows you the correct answer in red. So, I would actually still advise not using this particular thing. But, let's talk about more important things. As always, we'll now earn more XP from Arcanaverse and fusing personas to the Wheel of Fortune Arcana. We can get our Special Bond Reading. Most importantly, we can now fuse Lakshmi, or Lakshmi, the most powerful persona of the Wheel of Fortune Arcana. Special Bond Reading. Choosing Special Bond Reading may change the color of certain dialogue options when you spend time with confidants. The highlighted option will improve your relationship with that confidant. However, remember that some answers may still change the nature of your relationship, so choose carefully.
By the way, are you okay with your girlfriend being a country bumpkin? It's become a habit of mine to hide my native tongue. And I'm not used to fancy places like this.
It's actually pretty cute.
Huh? I ain't sure how to respond to that. I'm speaking in my country dialect again. The thing is, I read our relationship fortune today, and it was really, really good. if you don't have any plans to steal anything tonight, perhaps you can stay... Stay with me!
I was hoping you'd say that.
I don't know what to do now. I couldn't figure it out with my fortune telling. So, let's figure it out together.
I spent a long time with Shea. You know what that means, gamers. We play Persona 2 Innocent Sin! Which, by the way, is an actual game that literally exists in the Persona universe. So I'm not just making that up because of the arbitrary connection with the Arcana. But yeah, that is totally what they did together.
Well then.
Only thing left to do is wait for the outcome. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and end this here. We got 3 more days of Arcanas taken care of, and we also got a lot of new missions for Mementos. So next time on Persona 5 Royal, we're gonna go into Mementos to start off the next episode, and we're gonna take care of some targets. And depending on how long that takes, we might do a little more afterwards, depending on, you know, what's going on. See you guys then.